Hi everyone and welcome back to another part of our tutorial. This episode is very interesting and I'm saying that because in this episode I will show you how to share a shopping list between users. So let's get started. But first let's create a new activity and call it shopping list activity. To save some time, we will reuse some code from our previous activity. So let's copy these lines of code and paste it over here. Let's also copy these lines of code and paste it over here. Let's remove these lines of code because they are not needed anymore. Let's also delete this field and change the main activity from this intent with our shopping list activity. Let's also copy a few methods. Let's copy the signout method and paste it over here. Let's also copy these four methods and paste it over here. Because we don't have a Firestore recycler adapter yet, let's remove this line and also these lines. Now let's create a new layout menu for our activity. New menu resource file and call it shopping list menu. Let's copy now the code from our existing menu and paste it over here. Let's add another item and change the ID to add friend button. Let's change also the title, add friend, and the order to 101. Now in the activity, let's change this main menu to our shopping list menu. Now let's add two more cases in our switch statement. The first one would be Android r.id and choose home. This is the home button that will allow us to return to our main activity. And for this, we call this and finish. The second button will be our add friend button. Now let's change this signout method with share shopping list method. Because we don't have this method yet, let's keep this line commented. Now let's enable our home button in our onCreate method. And for that, we'll call get support actions bar and call again set display home as up enabled and pass true as an argument. Being in the main activity, let's make also a little change in our XML file. We need to change the layout gravity to gravity. This is the correct way for having our view centered and not how I have written in hurry in a previous video. Let's close this and this. Let's open now our list view holder class. What we are going to do is to open a new activity every time a user clicks on a particular shopping list. For that, we need to set onClick listener on our item view. Let's do this. Item view, set onClick listener, and inside the onClick method, let's create an intent. Equals new intent and pass as the first argument the context, which is view get context, and as the second argument our shopping list activity class. Let's also add to our intent our shopping list model object. and then simply call view get context and start activity and pass our intent object as an argument. Let's replace this with the lambda expression, and as you can see we have here an error. To solve this, we need to add to our shopping list model class that implements serializable to actually be able to send objects between activities. Now the error is gone. Now let's open our shopping list activity and actually get the shopping list model object from the intent. But first, let's create the shopping list model as a global variable. And our shopping list model is equal with get intent, get serializable extra, and pass the shopping list model string as an argument. And we most likely we need a cast here to the shopping list model class, and it works. Now let's get the shopping list name and set the title of our activity. And we have string shopping list name, which is equal to shopping list model get shopping list name. And now simply call set title and pass our shopping list name as an argument. And second, let's get the shopping list ID, but first let's make it also global. Private string shopping list ID, which is equal to shopping list model get shopping list ID. Let's create now our share shopping list method. We have private void. To simplify things, let's copy the alert dialog from our main activity, which is here. Let's copy this and paste it over here. Now let's make some changes. First, let's change the main activity with our shopping list activity. Let's also change create shopping list with share shopping list. Let's also add a message, set message, and say please insert your friend's email. Let's also change type a name with type an email address. Let's also change this in add. Let's remove this method call and change the shopping list name to friend email. And that's it. You might wonder which is the best practice to model our database to allow shopping list sharing. I came up with a solution to use a database structure that looks something like this. As you can see, I have added for our purpose these nested objects called maps to structure the data within a document. Can we use this approach? The answer is no. If we want to display a shopping list only to the user that exists beneath a map, a query is required and looks like this. It's almost the same with what we already have, but in this example we have an extra method call, and as you can see we chain two methods, order by and where equal to methods. This is called a compound query. You need to know that every time you query a Firestore database on more than one property, you need an index. You can create an index, but only manually in the console. However, this kind of query requires a dynamic index, which is not currently supported by Firestore. See, the value of the user email is different for each user from the database. So for our use case, this is not an option. But there is also another solution. But first, let's delete these objects. In the world of NoSQL databases, duplicating data is a quite common practice, and this is what we are going to use for our app. For a good introduction, I suggest you read a post named NoSQL Data Modeling. The link is in the description below. But now, how will we duplicate data in our case? Very simply, we'll add the same shopping list also to our friend. So the same shopping list will exist in two places. And for that, we'll use our root ref, we'll call collection, we'll pass shopping list string as an argument, we call document, and this time we'll use friend email. Now we can call collections again and pass user shopping list as an argument. We call again document and pass shopping list ID as an argument. And in the end, simply call set and pass our shopping list model object and as an argument. And that's it. Let's see if it works in our emulator. This time, let's make the whole process. I have my emulators running. Let's sign in with both users. Let's add the shopping list. Let's create the grocery. Let's create also the pharmacy. And let's take a look in our database. And as you can see, we have a single user that has two shopping lists. Let's see what happens next. And share this list with app second user at gmail.com. And you see, it worked. Now the shopping list is shared with our friend. That also can be seen in the database. And I'm right. So that's it with our sharing tutorial. In the next video, I will show you how to update a shopping list. So hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe and see you in the next video.